mensajes de parte de la marca Rexona que nos estará compartiendo Olivia Lara de parte de la marca. Entonces, pues de nuevo, muchas gracias por acompañarnos, gracias por su tiempo y los dejo con Olivia. Olivia, adelante, bienvenida.
Muy buenos días a todos, muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros. Yo soy Olivia Lara, soy gerente de la marca Rexona y para nosotros es un gusto tenerlos aquí porque es un día en donde les vamos a compartir algunas noticias muy interesantes que tenemos de la marca. Entonces, lo primero que les quiero platicar es que ¿por qué nosotros estamos patrocinando una escudería como Rexona, como Williams? Bueno, principalmente porque para nosotros es muy importante relacionarnos y patrocinar marcas que compartan nuestros valores, porque nosotros no solo buscamos entregar la parte funcional de los desodorantes, ser el desodorante más eficaz, sino también buscamos hacer un vínculo emocional con todas las personas que usan desodorante y todas las personas. Y para hacer este vínculo nos buscamos aliarnos con marcas como Williams porque comparten nuestros valores y eso es muy importante. Estos valores son pasión por el movimiento, ambición, trabajo en equipo, sincronización, perseverancia. Son valores que también nos caracterizan a nosotros. Entonces, ¿por qué Williams? Bueno, además de los valores, es una de las escuderías más exitosas que hay. Tiene 16 títulos de campeonato del mundo, tiene 9 de constructores, 7 de pilotos y además es hoy el tercer equipo más importante de la parrilla. Entonces, eso hace que nosotros veamos a esta escudería como una escudería muy exitosa. Y para poder haber logrado todos estos éxitos, la tecnología ha sido clave en la escudería, así como lo es para Rexona. Rexona es el único desodorante que contiene una tecnología que se llama Motion Sense, que les explico un poquito de lo que es. Son microcápsulas inteligentes que están en el desodorante y que se activan con el movimiento. ¿Qué significa esto? Que con la fricción va liberando fragancia y esto puede mantenerlos frescos todo el día. Entonces podríamos decir que Rexona es la única marca que se activa con el movimiento y mientras más te mueves, más te protege. Entonces esto viene muy de la mano también con la escudería Williams Racing porque en una carrera se vive mucho estrés, se vive movimiento, se vive muchísima pasión y todo eso genera sudor. Entonces, para nosotros, la tecnología Motion Sense te puede mantener protegido en todos esos momentos, al igual que a una persona que no sea piloto, también cualquier momento de estrés o de movimiento te mantiene protegido. Y bueno, entonces para nosotros es un gusto patrocinar esta escudería, es un placer ser parte de este momento que está viviendo México del regreso de la Fórmula 1 y les quiero platicar algunos de los eventos que vamos a estar teniendo este año. Son 3 puntos muy importantes. El primero es una promoción digital que vamos a tener para todas las personas. El segundo es un Pit Stop Challenge que vamos a tener con la Ciudad de México el 4 de octubre. Y el tercero es nuestra participación en FanZone, que es un evento muy importante que les vamos a platicar un poco más adelante. Lo primero que les quiero platicar es la promoción digital. La promoción empieza mañana y lo único que hay que hacer es lo siguiente. Lo primero que hay que hacer es comprar producto, ingresar a la página que es escuderia.rexona.com.mx y jugar. Es un juego digital, se puede retar a amigos, se puede retar a alguien al azar, se van acumulando puntos y el que gana una experiencia única con la escudería Williams Racing. Les voy a pasar un poco cómo es el juego. Esto es cómo se va a ver el juego en la computadora. Es una experiencia muy única y vale mucho la pena algo así. Eso es todo. Voy a dejar un video que va a introducir a nuestro invitado especial del día de hoy. Adelante.
I am ambition. I am relentless. I am clarity. botas, and we are racing.
Y bueno, con ustedes los voy a dejar desde la pantalla. Vamos a ver a Valtteri Bottas, que es nuestro invitado especial. Pueden hacer preguntas. Hello, Valtteri. Déjenme ver que aparezca en la pantalla.
Sí, en un momentito Valtteri está con nosotros. No sé si antes de pasar a la sesión que va a tener Valtteri vía streaming, alguien quiere hacer alguna pregunta, aquí aprovechando que está Olivia con nosotros respecto a la actividad o a la relación que va a tener la marca en esta carrera. Alberto.
Sí, yo quisiera saber, buenos días, Alberto Gómez de Portal Automotriz. Yo quisiera saber en qué consiste el patrocinio, desde cuándo hasta cuándo es nada más con la escudería Racing, nada más con el piloto. ¿Cómo es este patrocinio? Gracias.
Muchas gracias por tu pregunta. Es un patrocinio a nivel global. La marca Rexona es una marca global, está en todo el mundo. Es un patrocinio que va a durar 3 años. Este es el primer año, estamos arrancando nosotros el patrocinio, y el patrocinio es con la escudería Williams Racing, no solo con el piloto. ¿Alguna otra pregunta?
Acá. Gracias. Hola, Alejandra García de Smijit. Me gustaría que nos contaran un poco más sobre la actividad que van a tener el 4 de octubre con la Ciudad de México, y también cuáles serán los premios que van a ganar los que participen en este juego.
Mira, en cuanto al evento con la Ciudad de México, es una sorpresa que les tenemos, que les vamos a contar más adelante, pero no les quiero revelar la sorpresa ahora. Sí te digo que va a ser algo para todas las personas de la Ciudad de México y todas las visitas que vengan, pero un poquito más adelante les cuento. Y las personas que van a jugar en el juego, los que tengan la puntuación más alta, van a vivir una experiencia única que es... van a participar en el evento automovilístico más importante de la Ciudad de México, los días 30, 31 de octubre y 1 de noviembre.
¿Viene Horacio de la Vida?
¿Cómo fue? Sí viene, sí vino. Sí. No coman ansias, sí va a hablar Horacio de la Vega. ¿Alguna otra pregunta? ¿Alguna otra duda? En cuanto a Rexona, Motion Sense, la promoción.
Vamos a ver la promoción en vivo, en digital, en otro.
Ok. ¿Quién juega? Bueno. Les pido una disculpa por la tardanza, pero como estamos con Valtteri desde Finlandia, él tenía sus tiempos, él empieza a las 9:15 y a las 9:15 se conecta. Entonces, vamos a esperar unos 5 minutos a que dé la hora exacta y para poder hacer el hangout con él. Por lo pronto, si alguien quiere, vamos a poner el juego, si alguien quiere jugar para practicar y poder ganar los boletos, o quiere nada más como sensibilizarle de cómo es el juego, allá atrás está el juego, ¿ok? Entonces empezamos como en unos 5 o unos 10 minutos.
Casi son.
Okay, yeah, should we hang up? Okay. Okay. Bye, Luke. Thanks. Bye.
Hello, Valtteri.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. I'm very good, thank you.
How are you this?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good. So we are very happy to have you here. We have a
Nos da
translator
mucho
on the
gusto
back.
tenerte aquí.
Her
Tenemos
name
a
is
una
Pili. So if
intérprete.
you want to, whatever you are going to say, it's going to be translated directly
Lo que digas se
to all
traducirá
our
directamente
guests
a
tonight.
nuestros invitados.
Just for you to know, I'm Olivia Lara. I am the manager of the brand
Soy
Rexona in
Olivia
Mexico.
Lara, gerente
Okay.
de
So welcome.
Rexona en México.
So thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. And
Muchas
sorry I
gracias a
can't
todos
be
y
there
buenos días.
in Mexico City with you.
Me disculpo por no poder
But
estar
I'm today in Finland. I flew back yesterday night. After Japan, I went first to England for a simulator at the factory. And then I fly back to Finland to see my family. Obviously, it's very busy schedule with the Formula One, so it's nice to get home sometimes. And obviously, next race is in Russia, and it's a neighbor country for us in Finland, so it's not too far away from here. And but now, speaking of Mexico, really looking forward to come to Mexico City very soon for the race. I've never been to Mexico before, so it will be also interesting for me to see how it is. And obviously, it's a new track, and I'm sure it's going to be packed with fans.
Estoy seguro de que va a estar llena de personas que
And yeah, so we have a couple of races before that, but very soon we'll be there. So looking forward.
Pero muy pronto estaré por allá.
¿Alguien quiere hacer alguna pregunta?
Would anybody like to ask a question?
Ok, Valtteri, lo primero a preguntarte
Valtteri, the
sería, ¿cuál
first
sería el
question I would
balance
like
de
to
esta
ask is,
temporada?
what is the balance of this
Siendo muy
season?
presionados por Red
Are
Bull
you
en este
being very
momento.
stressed
Y
by
también lo
Red
segundo,
Bull? And the
¿crees que
second
Williams
question
puede
is,
volver
do
a
you think
ganar
that
con el
Williams can
presupuesto que
once
ya tiene
again
en
win
comparación
based on the
contra
budget it
Ferrari
has now
y
compared to
Mercedes?
Ferrari and Mercedes?
Thank you very much for your question. I think this season we have a little bit mixed feelings. It's we've had great results, but we've also had some disappointments, and obviously many teams have made steps forward, like Ferrari. And but I'm still hopeful we can keep ahead of Red Bull in the standings, and that we could be in top 3 in the constructor points. That would be very good for us.
Y eso sería muy bueno para nosotros. Good morning. Hi, Valtteri. I'm Alberto Gomez from portalautomotriz.com. I have two questions for you. The first one is, what can one do with the overwhelming head of Mercedes? What can be done, and what would be your expectation at the end of the season? You are fifth. You're ranking fifth. What do you expect? Do you expect to end on fifth, or what? And the other question is, you have already shared with us that you have not been to Mexico City. However, you already know how the track is. What do you think about the track? Do you think it is convenient? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. So I think beating Mercedes this year is obviously very difficult, but you never know. We've seen many races this season that they've run into some trouble, and then it's our chance. And some tracks we've been not that far away from them, so it's always possible. But hopefully next year we can try and beat them if we build a better car. And I'm now fifth in the standings, yes, and definitely I think for me personally there is still one step I can do, which is realistic. So it would be nice to finish at least fourth as last year. And the Mexico track, I have seen the layout, I've seen some video material, and looks really good. Some long straights, some very nice high-speed corners, and yeah, it's going to be an interesting first time when I get to try the track really, and that's when we see. And there's also many challenges for us as a team because it's high altitude. So how the engine is going to behave, how the cooling of the car, cooling of the brakes, everything is going to be a little bit different when the altitude is high.
Jorge Mille from Televisa Deportes. Televisa Sports, I would like to ask you, what do you think about Sergio Checo Perez? He is a young person who is in a racing team that is not that powerful, but he's making some points. What do you think about him? What is the perspective within F1? What is the perspective for this Mexican driver? And what are your expectations with regards to the Grand Prix in Mexico about the people, the environment, the ambience?
Thanks for your question. Sergio, first of all, he's a very nice guy. He's very lively and always happy, and I think he's a very talented driver. He's had great results. I think his probably his best season was just before he went to McLaren with Sauber. He had some good results on the podium for sure. Things didn't go maybe in his way in McLaren, but he's doing a good job, and he's a good driver and a nice guy. And I also know another Mexican driver, Esteban Gutierrez, who is a nice guy. So I was his teammate before, so hopefully he gets a seat also in Formula One.
Valtteri, how close do you feel you are from a triumph this season?
Could you repeat the question, the translation?
How close do you feel you are from a victory this season?
I really hope it's very close. It's obviously my goal is to win races and one day win the championship. And you never know. This is racing at the moment. The fact is the car we have is not quite quick enough, but every race is a new opportunity, and there's still many races to go this season. So I feel personally I'm ready for it, but we still need to wait. I see.
Valtteri, el año pasado el equipo Williams era más constante a diferencia de temporada. ¿Qué es lo que ha cambiado para que en esta ocasión no sean tan veloces y no sean tan
to make you not
constantes?
that
Y lo segundo, ¿es
fast
posible
and
ganar un
not that
campeonato con un
consistent?
siendo
Is it
tener un motor
possible
caliente?
to win a championship even with the engine you have?
The competition is very close at the moment, and the differences are getting, and the margins are getting much smaller all the time. I do think it's possible. It's up to us as a team to build up the quickest car on the grid. That's completely up to us, and we also need to raise our game with as a whole team with everything we do. So I think it's possible. It's always very difficult, but definitely I believe.
Good morning, I'm Alejandro Rodriguez from El Universal newspaper. I'd like to ask Valtteri. Again, Formula One is dominated by Mercedes. In your opinion, how much does it help F1 show? First, many years we had Red Bull, now we have Mercedes in the dominant position. So how much does it help? How much does this situation help this type of exhibition or show?
I think it's very good for Formula One that things change. You know, the winners change. Obviously, Mercedes has been now dominating as Red Bull did before, but I think that just proves that nothing lasts forever. And when you're at the top, I think all the other teams, they are trying even harder to get you, and that's why there will be a change at some point. Obviously, who knows when. It's clearly they are doing the right things in the team now, and they have two good drivers, and they have great engine, great chassis. So it's going to be difficult to beat them, but you know, one day it's going to happen.
Again, Alberto Gomez Valteri from portalautomotriz.com. In your opinion, Renault has already announced that they will start supplying engines to Red Bull, and they also announced their intention to become main partners of Lotus. In your opinion, how does this affect Williams? Is it for the good or for the bad?
Well, we should never underestimate any team and the potential they have. Obviously, Red Bull, even, you know, Lotus, Renault, they're all great brands with wins in the history, so we should never underestimate them. So I think once the season starts again next year, everyone is at the same line, and it's a new start, and we should not go to the next season underestimating anyone. We need to focus on what we do with the building of the car, trying to improve our things, and hopefully that's enough to beat them.
Valtteri, how are you? I'm Carlos Cordova from MVZ TV. Your growth has been very speedy in F1. Do you believe that there will come chances to belong to a different F1 team like McLaren or Ferrari or any of these teams?
Thanks for the question. I really hope it's only at the very beginning of my career. I've only nearly done 3 seasons, and I still haven't reached at all any of the goals I have for my career. So, and yeah, for sure now next year I'm staying with Williams, but the fact is after that we don't know yet, and then it's at some point next year we're gonna need to have a look at the future, if it's with Williams or with some other team, but yeah, that's a difficult question to say in detail, but you know, you never know, so we'll see next year then.
Valtteri, I'm Abril del Rio from La Jornada newspaper. How do you think that the claim made yesterday to the European Union by Force India and Cyber, they are looking for greater development? What do you think about that?
Well, to be really honest with you, I don't really want to get too much into the political side of Formula One. Obviously, there are many teams struggling financially, which everyone knows, and it's not easy if you want to succeed and if you want to invest to the sport. But I hope you understand, but I don't want to make any further comments into this situation.
Jorge
Miller again. I'd like to ask you, what is being said among F1 drivers with regards to Hermanos Rodriguez track? Are you talking about the outlay or about the environment that will be felt in Mexico after so many years of not holding F1 here?
Thanks again. I think everything what I've heard, it has been very positive, and everyone is very much looking forward to go there to experience the track, experience the place overall, and see the fans. And I'm sure there will be a lot of support as well. But only good things heard so far about the circuit and the layout, and it should be good fun to drive, which is what we drivers like.
Hi,
I'm Horacio de la Vega, Director of El Deporte in Mexico City. Welcome to this virtual communication. I have 2 questions for you. I have heard that the Hermanos Rodriguez circuit is the second fastest after Monza. Do you think, this is what technicians say, do you think that they will reach the 225, 328 kilometers per hour, as they say? And on the other hand, are you ready to eat Mexican tacos?
Thanks for the question. I think it's going to be a very fast track, like I mentioned before. The challenges with the altitude means there's less drag in the car, so it goes very fast through the air. but now with the turbo engines, we can actually, boost more air to the engine to compensate the power loss. So I think it's going to be very fast. So I'm looking forward to it. And actually, I'm a big fan of spicy food, so I'm looking forward to go to Mexico, and why not to try some tacos.
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
Are there any more questions? Valtteri, as a new track or outline, when do you think the racing team will be stepping on Mexican land so that you can try the track, so that you can be prepared for the Grand Prix?
Normally, for us, what we call flyaway races, so out of Europe, the teams go quite early. I think the weekend before they go and set up all the garages and start building the cars in the very early week of the Grand Prix, and then obviously not allowed to test anymore privately. We need to wait for Friday practice session. We have 2 practices on Friday, 1 on Saturday before the qualifying, and that's it. We should be all prepared then.
Valtteri, Alberto Gomez again. You have already told us that you have not visited Mexico, but what do you know about our culture, its people? What do you think? And what is the first thing you intend to do when you step on Mexican land?
Thank you. It's actually, I don't know that much from your culture, so only what I know from the other drivers, from Sergio and Esteban. Obviously, it's going to be very different from Finland or Europe, what I've heard, and what I've heard, it's I'm really interested to come there and experience it. It's much more people than what we have in my hometown example, if you compare to Mexico City. So very different, and the whole culture. Of course, you hear some things, but I need to experience it myself, and that's going to be very interesting because it's so different. And like we spoke with the food again, that's another interest. So let's see.
Hi, Valtteri. Could you tell us a little bit about the sacrifices that a driver has to go through in order to become one of the best? And second, what do you think are the benefits of being able to work one more year with Massa?
Thanks for your question. There's definitely, even though every single day I remind myself how lucky I am to make exactly what I've always dreamed of, it's still, if you want to be at the top, it is still hard work, and for sure you need, you could say, sacrifices. But I'm very lucky every day that I can do it, and it's obviously I moved to England when I was pretty young. When I joined Williams as a test driver, I moved there. So in living now nearly 6 years, out of Finland. Not seeing my family or a girlfriend that much, so yeah, those are the things. And obviously we do travel a lot, so yeah, but like I mentioned, I see so much more positives. That's why I'm still reaching my goals, and will not give up on that.
Hola, Valtteri.
Hi, Valtteri. I'm Alejandra Garcia from Esmijit.
I have 2 questions. The first one is if you know any word in Spanish that you can tell to us. And the second one, what do you think about Formula E, about coming in Mexico and and the success that it has for the first season?
Thank you. It's I don't know that much language, so sorry. Maybe someone can teach me a few words when I get there. Sorry, what was the other question? Can you repeat? I lost the connection for a bit.
about Formula E first season and it coming to Mexico.
Obviously very different to Formula One. Interesting because I think it really pushes the boundaries in the development of electric cars. So I think it's a good series for developing, and I've seen some of the competitions. They look quite entertaining, and they obviously go to exciting locations. So happy to hear that they're going to Mexico as well.
Gracias. Una última pregunta, ¿alguien tiene?
One final question.
¿Qué tal? Buenos días, Valtteri.
Good morning, Valtteri. I have a question.
¿Qué esperas más que nada
What do
de
you
este final de
expect
temporada?
of this end of season in F1? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. I do expect quite a lot. We have many new, we have many circuits which are very good for us for the rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to those, and also Mexico is going to be interesting because it's a completely new one for everyone, and we have been quite differently competitive in many of the different kind of circuits, and it seems like all the rest of the circuits for the rest of the year should be quite good for us. So hopefully I can be many more times on the podium, and I'm still missing my first win, so that's the goal also.
Muchas gracias a todos por sus preguntas.
Thank you all very much for your questions.
Thank you very much for your time. It has been a pleasure having you in this meeting, and we are looking forward to having you in Mexico. So we really hope that that comes fast.
Thank you very much from my side.
Muchas gracias
Thank
por
you,
mi
everyone.
parte.
And thanks for your nice questions, and hope to see you in Mexico. I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Gracias. Bueno, con esto concluimos la sesión de preguntas con Valtteri. Los queremos invitar, robarle unos minutos más de su tiempo. Vamos a ir al bosque de Chapultepec para otra sorpresa que tiene preparada la marca Rexona para todos ustedes. Tenemos preparado un autobús donde nos podemos ir todos juntos, terminando esta parte del evento ahí en el bosque de Chapultepec, o bien nos podemos regresar todos juntos, o cada quien puede ya irse a sus actividades. Entonces, vamos bajando. Gracias.